1977, all over again.
Indeed it is, Tom, indeed it is. Big Finish are back with two brand new limited edition vinyls of two popular stories, Energy of the Daleks starring Tom Baker and Louise Jameson, and Infamy of the Zaross starring David Tennant and Billy Piper. Energy of the Daleks was released on Friday the 25th of May 2018, exclusive to Sainsbury's, limited at just 1,500 copies, while Infamy of the Zaross was released exclusive to HMV on Saturday the 16th of June, limited even more to just 750 copies. I was lucky enough to pick up both of these, as these have been sought after by collectors and scalpers alike, especially since I didn't even pick up Infamy of Zaross until the day after. Both vinyls are beautifully presented, so I just decided to review both of them in one video. For those interested, on the outside wrap, stickers are featured, to which I've preserved, one stating how this is the story's first time on vinyl, 180g heavyweight, featuring new artwork and sleeve notes, a statement that, in Energy of the Daleks' case, isn't necessarily true. A few more stickers state the product's exclusivity, Energy with the Sainsbury's sticker and Infamy with a HMV sticker, and a limited to one pair customer sticker, something that didn't seem to stop certain greedy fans. The most noticeable thing about these covers is the inclusion of the new Doctor Who logo for Series 11. A controversial choice for some, but I absolutely love it. Its royal gold and burning orange brings such a brilliant finesse to the brand and pops right off the artwork. Energy of the Daleks is also the very first Big Finish physical release to use this new logo. The actual artwork of Energy is more or less standard to what was on the CD release, just centred and without the sidebar, making the packaging statement about brand new artwork seeming a little untrue. We see a gorgeous shot of the Doctor and Leela looking off into something horrific. To their right, a beautiful render of a 70s gunmetal grey Dalek. A new feature different to the original is the inclusion of an iris on the Dalek, an inclusion I'm not really too fond of, as I really like the unique Dalek on the original. However, you can't really notice this from a distance, which is fine with me. To the left of the cover we see the transmitting moon, something the story revolves around, and at the bottom we see the text Energy of the Daleks by Nicholas Briggs, featuring other members of the cast. Something new featured on the artwork is the inclusion of the crystal design from the Series 11 logo reveal, a rarely lovely touch. However, this did confuse me at first due to the colour chosen. I thought my vinyl was just really badly scuffed. The record has a very tiny spine. On it, printed Doctor Who Energy of the Daleks, full cast audio drama. On the back we're treated to the new logo again, a synopsis of the story, cast list, one member of it being Mark Benton, the lovely Clive from Series 1's Rose, and at the bottom the limited edition unique number of the set, mine being 968 out of 1,500. To the right we're treated to that lovely Dalek render once more, some information on Big Finish, social media, and some legal garb. When opening the vinyl, I was pleasantly surprised to see a lovely printed sleeve, making these products even more worth the £18 price tag. Big Finish really put a lot of work into the presentation here, and it's really well appreciated. The lovely dark blue from the back of the cover is continued onto the sleeve, even the crystals. On the back we see the production notes, which are a lovely little insight into the making of the story, so feel free to read them here. And finally, the vinyl record itself, very fittingly in an amazing TARDIS blue, with a lovely centre print of sides A and B. Unfortunately, mine was misprinted with a little discoloration, however that's nothing to worry about, it still plays brilliantly. Next, onto my favourite cover, Infamy of the Zaross. This cover is such an improvement on the standard cover. The standard wasn't blended well, it was too bright, and the banner rarely hindered the creativity, as all the elements had to be squished in one rectangular section. The vinyl rarely works so much better without the banner. All the elements are spread out across the square section, allowing us to appreciate them all a lot more, giving us a brand new piece of artwork that does the story absolute justice, showing it as the fun, wacky and nostalgia-inducing story that it is. Once again, the new logo works absolutely beautifully, the colour reminding me of the David Tennant logo at the time, which unites those two eras perfectly. An improvement on the original I absolutely love is the darkened sky. It really helps all the brighter elements pop without clashing with them, and once again those lovely crystals are in the background. We have a shot of David Tennant and Billy Piper. Something I absolutely love is that this is Rose from New Earth. It takes me back to when I would play with these two figures as a kid and create wild new adventures. The Zaross on the cover look absolutely fab. Its ship behind it, an edited Doom ship, and the drones which have a lot of relevancy to the story. Rose's mum Jackie is back in this lovely stylised rectangle, inside with her friend Marge and the Earth. Finally, on the bottom of the cover we have Infamy of the Zaross by John Dorney and other members of the cast, and more of those crystals, in this time in a red, which I think pops wonderfully. The spine is pretty much the same as Energy. The same goes for the back, the new logo, synopsis of the story, cast list, and the unique numbered edition of the set, mine being 204 out of 750. Instead of the Dalek, we now have a gorgeous render of the Tenant TARDIS, along with the same information provided on Energy. Taking it out of the sleeve, it is once again a wonderful addition. It's so bright and the colours work perfectly on it. I really did love the production notes on this one as well. After a bit of false advertisement regarding the colour of the record, we're greeted to the yellow coloured vinyl. Despite it being different to how it was advertised, this being more of a pastel yellow, I really do like it. It fits well with the cover and contrasts nicely with the blue of Energy of the Daleks, whilst making this even more of a unique and gorgeous release.
Particles detected. What are you up to, you Daleks? What is it that you hope to achieve? Answer the question! Answer!
You will not force me to speak!
How many of you inside that thing, then?
Just me and the doctor.
Doctor?
Hello, yes, that's me. How are you feeling?
Now onto the stories themselves. Energy of the Daleks is all about an energy crisis in the year 2025 and tackles just how the Daleks would take advantage of this, while also providing social commentary on how the world consumes energy and how it will continue to far into the future. The story gives us Leela's very first meeting with the Daleks. The Factor doesn't quite understand who or what they are and just berates them, makes the exchange really unique, with a massive sense of suspense and dread as the Daleks quickly turn the tables with the most brutal interrogation I've ever heard in a Doctor Who audio. There's some lovely callbacks to Doctor Who history, such as the Robomen, even featuring an advancement in their technology, the high-functioning Roboman, a lovely callback to my favourite Big Finish spin-off, Dalek Empire. This was the very first story Tom Baker actually recorded for Big Finish, and he absolutely burst back into the role. You can hear in his voice just how excited he is, especially during the introduction with him and Leela gallivanting around London. It's like Big Finish got these two in a time machine and brought them from 1977 to modern day. Their chemistry is as wonderful as it was on television. Energy of the Daleks is a lovely, fun and quick story, exactly what you'd expect. It has a few flaws from being compressed into the 1 hour format, however you can still enjoy it all the same. Energy of the Daleks gets a 7 out of 10, while the presentation of the vinyl gets a 9 out of 10.
Hello, Rose. It's your mum. Sorry to call. I know you're busy fighting evil lobsters or something, but when you get this, if you could pop round to Margie's in Norwich, you know, Karen's mum, I'd really appreciate that. We've sort of been invaded. All right, great. Love you. Speak soon. Bye.
Infamy the Zaross reunites the 10th Doctor and Rose in Series 2 fashion. The story revolves around Jackie calling the Doctor and Rose for help in the midst of an alien invasion in Norwich. However, the invasion isn't all what it seems. Just from reading the synopsis, I could tell this is going to be a very Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy-esque story, and it really is. The Zaross themselves reminded me very much of the Vogons from that series. The story is also very dark, taking inspiration from Vengeance on Varos in more ways than one, which the cover teases. The juxtaposition of the ridiculous alien concept of the Zaross against the dark, sinister means behind their supposed invasion works brilliantly, allowing David Tennant plenty of reach in his acting capabilities, giving such a brilliant speech as well. Rose is more or less standard Series 2 Rose in the story, which can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on your opinion on the character, but the real highlight of the story comes in Jackie Tyler. Camille Coduri is on top form once again as the loving and hilarious mother of Rose. We really do get to see that mother and daughter relationship in the story, but they're also really trusting the Doctor, making that trio just a nice happy family and a joy to listen to. The fact that these three are stuck in Norwich trying to wonder what is going on really allows these really funny moments. When the story goes off into space, there's a wonderful steamy Jackie looking down at the Earth, saying this is what Rose sees, and she's just in complete and utter awe. Definitely my favourite scene of the story. Infamy the Zaross is just a really fun callback to Series 2, made for people who grew up during this era. It's dark, silly, and even a bit self-aware, one of the funniest end lines I've ever probably heard to an audio. Infamy the Zaross gets an 8 out of 10, a really recommended listen. The actual presentation of the vinyl gets a 10 out of 10. The cover just works absolutely brilliantly. Absolutely love this. Well done if you managed to get any of these vinyls. They were extremely hard for people to find, and they were completely gone off store shelves in just a matter of days or even hours. I do think some conduct and decorum is necessary on behalf of fans next time we get something like this, as a lot of greedy fans manage to ruin the fun for everybody by exploiting the one per customer rule and purchasing multiple, with the intention of selling copies on eBay for an inflated price. If HMV does get another exclusive, I would really like to recommend them to have a member of staff or two at hand during opening hour at the vinyl section to keep an eye on fans who appear to be purchasing multiple, just to enforce that one per customer rule more diligently. I really do hope we get more of these vinyls. They're a lovely product and at a very reasonable price tag of £18. The 1-hour format really makes it a nice and easy listen. An exclusive vinyl I'd really love is my first ever Big Finish story, Blood of the Daleks Part 1. You don't even have to release Part 2, as this would encourage fans to go onto the Big Finish site to purchase what happens next. After all, that is the purpose of putting these in a mainstream market. It's a wonderful story and got me hooked right into Big Finish, introducing one of the best Doctor and Companion duos ever. I thought the limited number of 1,500 was reasonable due to the printing cost and allowing fans a good chance of purchasing it, so I hope for future releases that remains a constant, as compared to the 750 Infamy of the Zaross had, which made things a lot more harder for deserving fans. Hopefully, with a few of the recommendations I've suggested for future releases, somebody out there will listen, as fans really deserve a fair chance of getting these. So what releases would you like from Big Finish if they do more of these exclusive vinyls? Comment below and be sure to like and subscribe while you're there. Thank you very much for watching. This video was really fun to do. I just love these products so much. So, I will see you later. Goodbye.